Give us a few minutes, sir.
Last time on FBI The Untold Stories, a serial killer in Newcastle County, Delaware, had taken his second victim. Both victims were picked up on Highway 40, an area frequented by hitchhikers and prostitutes. Delaware detectives Joe Swisky and Jim Hedrick found an important clue at the scene of the second murder.
Blue fibers. She's covered with them.
The two detectives had never investigated a serial killer before. They needed help. They flew to Quantico, Virginia, and brought all the evidence to perhaps the nation's most accomplished investigators of violent crime, the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit.
We're looking for a man who wanted to dominate and punish his victims. That's why he tortured and mutilated them while they were still alive. I'm afraid that he won't wait as long for his next victim.
At the FBI's suggestion, Swisky and Hedrick decided to use a decoy. They gave rookie officer Renee the dangerous assignment of posing as a prostitute on Highway 40.
Who the hell do you think you are? Let's go.
Nobody messes with me.
In the weeks that followed, Lano talked to dozens of men soliciting for prostitutes. After a number of false leads, the police thought they caught a break.
Fellas, maybe the blue fibers you found on the body came from a rug in a vehicle. This last guy's van was blue and it had blue carpeting.
Over the next few days, the detectives followed the suspect in the blue van. What they couldn't know was that another man in a blue van was roaming Highway 40.
$50 and I'll give you a night you can tell your grandchildren about.
Because two women had already been murdered, prostitute Margaret Rollins had arranged for a bodyguard to keep an eye on her.
Get in.
If she felt the customer was no threat, she was to signal him everything was okay.
Let's get in the back.
Sure, but you gotta pay me first.
Hey, Jim. See this guy back here? He just filed a missing persons report on a friend of his, a prostitute. Says the guy that picked her up was driving a blue van.
Another blue van? Then our killer's still out there.
Even though the task force had been wrong about its first viable suspect, detectives weren't starting from scratch. They were now positive that the killer was driving a blue van and was a dark-haired man in his early 30s. They had to find him before he killed again. Hope that she was still alive, the FBI was more practical.
They've got to assume this woman was his third victim.
They're searching every construction site within 100 miles looking for the body.
They may not find her. There's been a lot of press, so figure the killer's getting a little nervous. It's possible he's not displaying his victims anymore. There's a more immediate problem. He's escalating the frequency of the murders.
Which probably means he'll kill sooner than later.
Much sooner, I'm afraid.
Douglas would turn out to be right. 3 weeks later, 26-year-old receptionist Kathleen Meyer and her boyfriend were driving down Highway 40 when they got into an argument.
I stopped at the light and she jumped out. I was really angry, so I drove off. Well, I got a couple miles down the road. I thought about it. I went back for her. And she was gone. I must have spent an hour driving up and down that highway looking for her.
Did you check the house to see if any of her things were missing?
She never came home.
Well, maybe she's staying with a friend.
What, don't you think I called all of her friends? Nobody's seen her, guys. This corridor killer everybody's talking about, he's picking up girls on Highway 40, isn't that right? I mean, what if...
Dean, she's probably fine. But let's just fill out a missing persons report, okay?
Yeah, all right. It's a picture of her. Please find her.
Kids want breakfast.
Oh, this is terrible.
What?
Another one of these poor girls is missing.
Oh, that's too bad. I'll see you later.
Are we still taking the kids for pizza tonight?
Well, I promised them, didn't I?
Yeah.
FBI, The Untold Stories, will return in a moment.
The operation was uneventful. Then on September 14th, something happened. A blue van approached Llano, but it moved on. From the license plate, the driver was quickly identified as 29-year-old Stephen Pinnell. For more than an hour, detectives tailed him as he cruised the highway. They watched as he considered several prostitutes, but his interest soon returned to Llano, like a shark circling its prey. Pinnell made 7 passes at her before he made up his mind.
Here it comes again, guys.
Just be cool, Renee.
Hi. I'm Jackie. So what's happening? You've been partying or what?
No. Just had another fight with my old lady.
Oh, that's too bad. You want a party? I can't give you anything until you tell me what you want.
You a cop?
Pardon?
You a cop?
No. Why are you?
Come on, get in. Don't do it. No, that's for later. Come on, get in front.
Wow. This is one neat van. It's all furnished and carpeted in my favorite color.
Carpeting's gotta be blue. Yeah, she's going for it. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm just a little stoned. I mean, I got some bad stuff tonight.
Look, I don't care. Just, come on, get in.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm stoned. I mean, what time is it? 3, 4?
No, it's only midnight. So?
No, man, I'm feeling really lousy.
Hey, come on. You can make an easy $50.
I shouldn't have even come out tonight. Look, we'll do this some other time. I got the fibers.
King 10 to King 9. We may have a winner here. Stay on him.
While the task force continued to follow Pinnell, Hedrick and Swisky enlarged the photo off Pinnell's driver's license and brought in the man who had witnessed Margaret Rollins get into a blue van 7 weeks earlier. Her body still hadn't been found.
I don't know.
You told us you could identify the man who picked up Margaret.
I said I saw him. It was dark. I was across the street. I really couldn't see his face.
Take another look.
Could be him. Just not sure. Sorry.
It's okay. Thanks for coming in.
I thought we had him. I don't know.
Sarge, I know Pinnell's our man. You had to be there. I could see it in his eyes.
Any luck with the witness?
No. Where's Pinnell now?
He cruised the highway for a couple hours. Didn't pick anybody up. Followed him home. He lives in a trailer court in Glasgow Pines.
Can we get a search warrant?
How? All we've got is a guy who drives the blue van.
Michelle Gordon was a prostitute who frequented Highway 40.
honey. What are you doing out so late?
Got insomnia. Not much.
Can you handle 50?
Mutilated body of prostitute Michelle Gordon, washed up on the rocks of the Chesapeake and Delaware Canal. Detectives Hedrick and Swisky were stunned.
I'm telling you, he went to bed at 11.
I got a dead girl. That tells me that he didn't stay in bed.
Well, maybe Pinnell's just the wrong man.
He's the right man. The victim's girlfriend puts her on the street an hour after we called off the surveillance. That gives him more than enough time to leave the house and hook up with her. No, Pinnell killed her.
Look, fellas, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. We should have had him on an around-the-clock surveillance. Damn it. We blew it.
This just came in.
The fiber report on the second victim. It's a match to Pinnell's van.
We got him.
Wait a minute. It's not that simple. That carpet could have been installed in any one of 50,000 vans.
No, I don't think it was a factory installation. I think it was custom.
If that's true, we could get lucky and tie the whole thing to Pinnell's van exclusively.
Who manufactured the fibers?
Abbeville Industries. We're trying to identify the mill they sold it to.
What do we do in the meantime?
We stay on Pinnell every minute of every day.
What if he picks up another prostitute? You can't just sit in your cars and hope he doesn't commit another murder.
Hedrick and Swisky knew Lano was right. They went to Superior County Judge Vincent Bifferado and persuaded him to let them have an electronic search warrant. The next day, while Pinnell was away from his van, electronics experts installed a transmitter under the dashboard. For more than a week, the task force was able to monitor any activity inside the van.
We got a problem.
I don't believe it. He found it.
Get down.
Once Pinnell discovered the transmitter, all the task force could do was continue its 24-hour surveillance and wait for further information on the blue fiber. This is actual police video of that surveillance.
So, you're back in uniform. How do you like it?
It's okay.
Come on, tell me the truth. You missed the action on the street, now don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe I missed it a little bit.
Okay.
So how did Pinnell find the wire?
Yeah, the FBI, they say that most serial killers are intelligent. I guess they're right.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a bright side. Now he knows we're on to him. There won't be any more victims. You're gonna get him.
What's wrong?
A patrol unit just found another female body near the canal.
When Hedrick and Swisky arrived at the scene, they couldn't immediately identify the victim. The body had been in the water more than 2 months and was badly decomposed. Using dental records, they were able to finally identify the victim as Margaret Rollins, the prostitute who had disappeared after getting into a blue van almost 3 months earlier. Swisky and Hedrick knew who the killer was, but not having enough evidence to arrest him was frustrating. Then, an innocuous entry in the surveillance log led to a break.
Joe, come here. Have you seen yesterday's surveillance log?
Not yet. What's
Look at
up?
this. Look at this. It At 10 a.m., Pinnell went over to Chesler Tires and bought new tires for his van.
One of the guys, they should have called that in right away.
Yeah, but maybe there's a silver lining. We won't need a search warrant to see if his old tires match the impressions we took at the crime scene.
If we can find him.
Hedrick and Swisky dispatched a team of detectives to the tire company. They were looking for tires that fit a van, size 215, 85, 15.
Hey, Jim. Can I interest you in a couple of baldies for your old heap?
I'm not in the mood. Any luck?
No. Wait a second. I think I got one.
215, 85, 15.
All right.
Before they were finished, Swisky and Hedrick found the rest of Pinnell's tires. The FBI lab quickly confirmed that the treads matched the tire track left at the scene of the second murder. The detectives thought they now had enough probable cause for a search warrant.
What do you mean it's not enough? We can prove Pinnell's van was at the construction site the night of the murder.
Pinnell could have been at that site the day before the murder.
They were fresh tracks.
Pinnell works in the construction business. A second-year law student would argue that Pinnell was there seeing a friend. Look, fellas, I'm not disputing your evidence. I want to nail this guy as much as you do, but I'm the one that has to prove it when we go to court. Correction, if we go to court.
I think we should chance it.
What if your warrant is quashed because we didn't have sufficient probable cause? All the evidence you've gathered against Pinnell will be out the window. You want that?
So what do we do?
Yes? 1 minute. Hedrick, it's for you.
Hedrick. Thank you. Counselor, we just got lucky.
The blue fibers.
They found the mill that manufactured the rug. Carpet Gems in Dalton, Georgia.
I'll leave first thing in the morning.
The next day, the mill searched its records and identified the local distributor in Delaware who purchased the carpet and installed it in Pinnell's van. Swisky and Hedrick were now able to prove the carpeting came from the van. Armed with a search warrant, they went through Stephen Pinnell's house and vehicle where they found just what the FBI said they would find. Restraints, tools he used for torture, and other evidence linking him to the murder of Catherine DeMoro, including samples of her blood embedded in the blue carpeting.
There's a sense of relief today in the Glasgow Pines neighborhood. Last night, shortly before midnight, police came to this mobile home and arrested 33-year-old Stephen Pinnell. The suspect is charged with the first-degree murder of this woman, 31-year-old Catherine DeMoro. Police believe Pinnell is also connected to the murders of 3 other women whose bodies have been discovered over the last year, and the disappearance of 26-year-old Kathleen Meyer, who has not been seen since mid-September.
After Stephen Pinnell's arrest, there was no jubilation, no high fives, nothing like that. It was tragedy from day one till the end.
We also realized that the job was only halfway done at that point, that from that point forward, we would be involved in a lengthy trial.
The trial lasted 3 months, and on November 23, 1989, Pinnell was convicted of the murders of Shirley Ellis and Catherine DeMoro. He later pled no contest in the murders of Michelle Gordon and Kathleen Meyer. There was insufficient evidence to bring charges in the murder of Margaret Rollins.
When the jurors looked over and saw Stephen Pinnell, he didn't fit that image in their mind. He didn't look ghoulish. He didn't look like a maniac. So what began to probably puzzle them was, did they arrest the right man? And of course, they arrested the right man.
On March 14, 1992, at 9:48 a.m., Stephen Pinnell was executed by lethal injection at the Delaware Correction Center in Smyrna, Delaware. Renee Lano was asked to witness the execution.
After Mr. Pinnell's arrest, I did have some nightmares, dealing primarily with the fact that I thought he was going to break out of jail and come after me. And it wasn't until his execution that those nightmares did subside. I felt at that point a chapter in my life was closed. I could go on and resume my normal life.
Coming up next on History's Crimes and Trials, the strange tale of the man called the Murderous Buccaneer. Then Weapons at War looks at the Panzer, the revolutionary tank that stunned Europe with its blitzkrieg tactics. And later tonight, History's Mysteries brings you startling new information about the spies among us at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific, here on the History Channel, where the past comes alive.